Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with a Simpler Stocks free video for April 28th, 2016. It's 3:28 p.m. As you see, it's about 32 minutes before the bell. Today was the big bad Fed talking, and basically Janet Yellen came out and said, really what, I hate to say it, is what I had mentioned earlier today, is even though I was right, I had no idea of how to trade it, other than probably buying bonds or shorting gold. But the whole idea in here of what she said was that all of a sudden, some of the inflationary expectations with commodities might not be transitory. Well, that's what I said all along, because look at crude oil. You know, if I can get Thinkorswim to work, you're not having these blips up and down. It's just been a grind higher. That's not transitory anymore. You know, next is if the grains start moving. But basically, she said she took off the table to worry about global growth, that's not going to be in their equation, and that some of the inflationary expectations of commodities might not be transitory. So in a way, that sounded hawkish. That's why bonds rallied, because that means that she wants to put, quash any inflation. That's number one. On the other hand, she made it sound like there's been a little slowing, so they might not do anything. That's why the ESs are up. Other thing in here, surprised to see oil up, but gold doing what I sort of thought, sort of a muted reaction. It's more what bonds are doing, but don't forget, Japan meets tonight and might do some kind of helicopter money, so that's why I'm watching this. I'm watching the dollar and I'm watching the yen. And the whole idea on here is the yen is doing nothing right now. Our dollar, believe it or not, after an initial spike up, which I sort of thought, it came right down and just sat there. Just sat there and flatlined just like that. Same with the yen. I think everybody's waiting to see what the Bank of Japan is going to say tonight. So you see on the left, no matter what you threw at the market, the Russell never looked bad. NASDAQ was down 70 at one time. Advanced declines on the New York, still positive. VIX never went up. So it was one of those things just like yesterday where this is almost like everybody's saying this NASDAQ sell-off is like an anomaly. Now, let me just tell you, when I've seen this in the past, when you start seeing other indexes catch up instead of this pulling down like this, usually what you do, though, now is you see a rally back to this neckline, because of better earnings than you expected. Because right now what you're getting is the Facebooks and the Amazons going down because they've seen such bad earnings in the Apples of the world. So that's one thing I'm going to be watching very closely. This is what I'm going to be watching the next couple of days. ESs on the left. And like I said, this is like a broken record watching the NQs. We still have this divergence in here, but like I said, all year, what's been happening? The weak index comes back. And the NASDAQ stopped right where it should at this coagulation of moving averages and has been twerking in this area ever since. We're dancing right around this area. So if it holds there, it could have a move up. Now, the thing is, now that you have Apple getting trashed on the left and you had Google getting trashed on the right, the only way the NASDAQ is really going to come back is if you get good earnings from the likes of the LinkedIns and the Facebooks and the Amazons. So I'm going to be watching that very carefully the next couple of days. Other thing in there, we're still watching unusual option activity. One thing I thought I'd mention. Here is our Simpler Stocks, which I've showed you before. This is what you get in your subscription. You get email alerts, or we could call that chart ideas, premium videos, which is the more intense video I do at night, the chat room, which is at the moment 9 to 10 Eastern. We have a forum that's very active, and we have a meetup. Like tonight, I'm doing a little class just on ATR, if I can get it to work just to show you. There we go. On the ATR trailing cross webinar. We've already done one on an ATR trailing cross. This is more about how to day trade and how I'm picking what to look at. And, how to stay in what time frame. You get that with your membership. Interesting with the email alerts, you might want to see this. Unusual option activity. This I emailed out yesterday. O has earnings tonight. Big put activity in HRB. Check this one out, because this won a lot of money in the premium side, made a lot of money when this got emailed out. See this stock, $23.85? See these puts, 55 to 60 cents? Not an earnings play. HRB seen some big put buying. Almost every one of these put buys was on the offer, which means an aggressive buyer. See this? Now check out what happened to the stock today. Now there were a number of our members that bought those for 60 cents. Check out HRB today on a 15-minute chart. That's a thing of beauty if you're short. A lot of people that bought these at 60 cents sold them at $3. Really exciting in there to make 500% overnight. So those are the type of things. I don't post a lot of option trades, but I'll tell you when I do post them, it's something that you should pay heed to. I don't post like 40 a night just to post them. I try to find things that really look like they might work. Here's another one. Came out yesterday and had unusual option activity of puts. Forget about now. We were posting it back here at 60.5, got down to 58.5. 2-point mover for you. That one worked great. So that was another one that you had to be quick, but it was there to do. So those are the type of things I show. Like I said, we have the $7 30-day trial, includes the webinar tonight, and includes 30 days of all this premium content. So I hope you can take advantage of it. Have a great night. Thanks for listening to the video.